Hey guys, Captain JJB84, and with me
is Crooner 500.
and a little less than 12 hours ago, we just got out of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. There's a quick note, I'm recording on my regular camera, so the quality's kind of awful. But I'll just give my thoughts, and then you'll give your thoughts. I went into this with my expectations high and got a lot of good payoff. If I may say, I think this is probably the best Potter film there is at the moment. Maybe? I don't know. I thought this was fantastic. I mean, everything about it worked. It had a good payoff, went well, and just didn't do anything too ridiculous at the same time. Ryan?
I thought the movie did a good job in summing up the last quarter of the book.
Particular notes to note of is the pacing. This is actually the shortest one. It's 130 minutes. It's 2 hours 10 minutes. And when I was watching that, it felt like I was watching like an 8.5 hour movie. Not saying it was long, but it was just so like, you're so tense half the time, you don't know what's going to happen. There's one scene where it's just like, you think, oh god, what's going to happen? And then, boom. Literally.
Unless if you read the books, then you know what happens.
Yeah,
it happens so you can spend most of your time kind of cracking jokes up.
That's true.
Like what I was doing.
And there are a lot of bits where you're laughing your head off, like the beginning bit where Hermione dresses up as Bellatrix.
Yeah.
Oh well. I will say that, I can't really find many flaws at all. I mean, you know, bits and pieces here and there, but that's nothing to like complain about. What was I about to say? One thing that they do really well is Snape's backstory. What I like about it is that you see him just, he met Heaton. Ryan, you know about it a bit better than I do, so.
Well, in the book, there's spoiler alert.
These are all spoilers.
Kills Snape because he's part of the missing end to the other wand. And what Harry does is that he collects a teardrop from Snape when he's during his like last speaking words, and then in Harry Potter they have
Dumbledore's.
And for Dumbledore has this tear pond which you can use to view people's memories. Almost like analyzing DNA
yeah.
If you want to take it by a science view, yeah. by a scientific view, but sure, like most of the memories of Snape, and some of them relate to affected Harry's life, like how that like because Snape
loved Harry's mother, Lily Potter, or Lily.
Yeah, and also helped convince Harry's mom to believe in magic because if you remember from like way back,
isn't Harry's mom like half human and half wizard?
No.
Oh.
No, it isn't. It's just that her Harry's Aunt Petunia, she didn't want to go down the magical path.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, a little. Yeah, and I was like in tears at that scene. You get to see just what kind of things Snape went through his life and how he lost Lily. And pretty much what Dumbledore had in stores for Harry as time were to go on. I mean, for all those who don't know, when Voldemort killed Harry's mom, something happened that night, and when he used his Avada Kedavra spell, part of his spirit attached to Harry, which is why he has the scar, and that's why Harry was able to stop him that night. And then there's this one other bit, I'm not sure if it was in the book or not, I didn't read the 7th book, but during that memory scene, it's showing two bits of scenes. One is Dumbledore talking to Snape, planning like the next like year out, for like what's going to happen to Harry, what's going to happen to us, and it pretty much shows after Lily died, Snape pretty much goes there and like grasps her, holds her, holding her dead body. I was in tears by the end of this, practically. The end of Harry Potter just... I don't think anyone knew it was going to come this fast. What do you think, Ryan?
If the best Harry Potter experience is always from the books.
Yes, well...
The only people who don't read the books are people who don't know how to read. Or they hate reading, so that's like...
I don't hate reading. I don't know. Yeah, the 7th book was the only Harry Potter book I didn't read, just due to personal reasons. I don't know, it's just one of those things. I kind of didn't want it to end, and I kind of just wanted to see how well would they do this for a movie. And I think they did a good bang-up job. A lot of laughing in it. And Neville. What would you say about Neville in this movie?
You can see that his character evolved through the entire series.
He's the highlight of the movie. I mean, any bit with him is funny, interesting, or just courageous. And of course, Hermione and Ron get together. That one bit, remember? They're in the Chamber of Secrets. Then in the Chamber of Secrets, they destroy another Horcrux. That was incredible. I'm just like, fan bases, something. But my favorite bit, another good bit is Harry's sacrifice. He pretty much goes to Voldemort, and Voldemort kills him, but Voldemort didn't exactly kill Harry. He only killed the part of Voldemort that existed in Harry. So pretty much he was alive, just kind of played dead for a bit. And it's actually Neville who kills the snake, which is Voldemort's last Horcrux.
Yeah, but anyone can do that. You just need to buy a sword.
No, that snake. I mean, I know it's a big snake and all, but I remember that Ron and Hermione were just like running around, walking away from it for like an hour.
Remember, it's a magical snake.
True, but it's not magical if Voldemort's there, unless Voldemort's there. And the thing with the Elder Wand. One thing I will say though, I'm curious to know how much of actually no, scratch that. But I will say this: David Yates does a good job, and I think the best performance comes from Alan Rickman as Snape. I mean, he's only in the movie for about a little more than half the time, but when he's at his best in this movie. Everyone else is good, but I think he's the highlight of the movie for me. Next to Neville. I didn't see it in 3D. 3D is apparently sold out, you told me.
Yep.
But it's actually good. I didn't see it in 3D because a lot of the movie looks dark. So with the extra 3D, it'd be even darker. But a friend of mine, he's going to see it in 3D, so he'll tell me 3D's good.
Well,
I hear it's alright.
Well, the thing which I can tell, which is good for 3D, would be the fact that they're going to Gringotts.
Oh, yeah. And
because that looked like it was designed 3D.
And the spell bits. Oh yeah, Voldemort's entire army just launches spell after spell.
The only problem which I found was that the Death Eater is that usually the Death Eaters are supposed to look a lot more badass.
These are like kind of shadowy mummy cloak things.
Well, no, because the thing is that for Voldemort's followers is that there's the Death Eaters which are supposed to be wearing the typical Death Eater outfit with masks and black robes, and then you got like the children snatchers.
And should we talk about the epilogue? What?
The epilogue.
Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
I know. Just gotta mention this is the epilogue of the future.
Yeah. The epilogue sets 19 years after the story, and shows Harry and Ginny got married, and Ron and Hermione got married, and they use special effects to make them look older.
No makeup.
No,
you can do that. You can do that by makeup.
Well, they used a few. I heard somewhere they were using They did stuff, I'll tell you that. But they looked older, but not exactly. Let's see, they're 17. They didn't exactly look like 36 or 35, however old they're supposed to be. Like Hermione, when you see Hermione when she's older, she looks taller and a bit broader, but she doesn't look any different. Harry definitely looks different. He's a lot taller and has his hairline. He looks like James McAvoy a bit. But it looked all right, and Harry names one of his kids after Albus Severus Potter. Got a ring to it. But I think fans will like it, critics will like it, and I could say this is probably as good as best as Harry Potter will ever get. This has like a 96, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. That's higher than like the third one. Yeah, that's almost the inverted number of the last one. Last one was like 79 or something. But this was just fantastic, I thought. Well, it sums up my thoughts. Ryan, any last words?
Read the books.
Yeah, Ryan has a... How would you explain? Like, various bits you say you need to read the book for that.
Yeah, for any hardcore Harry Potter fan who read the books is that you have to read is that you left out like some characters like one of my favorite characters was Peeves.
Which one's Peeves?
He was sort of like a pixie, almost like a Loki character.
Oh, yeah.
Character in the books. So they have to ally with him, and then in the book they sort of has a cooler scene about how Harry sneaks into Hogwarts, and he sort of does like a coup d'etat.
Okay.
Coup d'etat, and then you got like that scene with when Harry walks into Hogwarts.
Yeah, but just the scale of it, I think, is good, and I don't know. Everything I say, I can give this a 10 out of 10. I mean, it's the end. I mean, what else can I say? Ryan, score?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
That's reasonable. Alright, average that up. That's 18 out of 20. That sums down to 9 out of 10. Alright, I think, yeah, it's about there. I would recommend to see it. I saw this at a midnight release where every little bit people were clapping, and at the end of the movie, everyone was clapping for about 5 minutes. And this all, yeah. But it's sad Harry Potter's gonna go. I mean, all good things have to come to an end, but while it was there, it lasted and left an impression. So I don't think we should be sad that it's ended. I'd rather be happy that we were part of the experience.
Exactly.
Alright, this has been a Captain's Review. See you all later.